Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna start with Steam Greenlight. I don't think we've ever started with Steam Greenlight, but it's time for everything, so that's what we're going to do. Today's like a backwards stream, so we're starting with what we usually end with and ending with what we usually start with, but also usually end with, which is For Honor. So we're gonna start today. Oh hey, Panther Cakes! Thank you for the 2 months. Do you know there's a website that archives every game that's failed to make it on stream? I would love to check that out. You should tweet that at me so I can bookmark it and never ever lose it. Did I enjoy Night in the Woods? Night in the Woods is a masterpiece, Geistra, so far. We've only played about 2 hours of it, and we're gonna play more in a little bit. It's super good. It's super, super good. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen Night in the Woods or whatever, you should stick around for that. It's real cool. But yeah, so the plan today is to do Steam Greenlight, probably 2 queues, then Night in the Woods, then For Honor, salty madness, like usual. I'll make an account just to send it to you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Plus, you should have a Twitter account. It's 2017. Get off Facebook. Stop showing your grandma important things about your life, and stop ignoring your. Stop trying to pretend to ignore your racist uncle and all of his random Facebook posts. Get on Twitter. Get on Twitter. Twitter is not a pile of poo. Twitter is the best. Please. Fucking Facebook is trash, but Twitter is great. Plus, there isn't a streamer in the world that, well, there isn't a streamer I know of that doesn't use Twitter as like their main source of everything. But anyway, hi friends. Social network is poop. Twitter is kind of like a weird hybrid version of a social network. I consider Twitter to be a bit different. Twitter's like a weird, like a notice board. I don't know what Twitter is, but I don't quite consider it to be a social network quite in the same way that at least Facebook was. But it all depends on how you run your Twitter and what kind of Twitter accounts you follow. Plus, it's the only way I promote, so really, if you don't follow my Twitter, you'll never know anything about me, so rip. Excellent. But anyway, let's see what's on board for today. Thank you, Sky Dragon, for the 175 bits. Oh, damn. Thank you very much. No Wii Shop channel? No, we will. We will. Wait, what is this? No. Community. No. Greenlight. I was like, what is this? Here we go. So this is our queue. 12 games. This actually looks pretty legit. This looks super legit compared to what it usually is. Cool. Okay, let's get the proper music happening because as much as I like that, it's not quite as important as this. Oh yeah. Alright, excellent. Also, before we get started, I'm moving in 5 days. 4 or 5 days. So, this coming weekend, starting, well, Saturday, there will definitely be no stream. There may be a late Sunday stream, but there will definitely be no stream on Saturday because I won't have internet and I won't really have like a place to live quite yet. Well, I will, but there's the possibility Friday might not also have a stream, so There will be a maximum of 2 days of no stream, but I'll try to minimize it as much as possible. If there's a stream on Friday, it'll be like early-ish. Like it'll be like a daytime stream within Toronto. I'm still within the GTA, which is the greater Toronto area. But I will no longer be in the city of Toronto. Thank God. I am more than done with living in this city. It's a great city and everything. It's just, it doesn't meet my needs at all. And all the reasons that I moved to the city that I thought I was moving to the city for, I don't use any of those. So it really doesn't matter. Yes, I'm Grand Theft Auto. Why are they buffing Peacekeeper? I thought they were just buffing one thing about the Peacekeeper. What's my rent? Really expensive. My rent is approaching $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. So I am getting out of this city. Because for less money than I'm currently paying, I can move into a giant Victorian, like a mini mansion. So that's what I'm doing. No, apparently they are pseudo buffing the Peacekeeper. Apparently you can get a, they're changing the timing after her parries. So I think off of a parry you can get at least a single attack, which is nice. Because right now, I don't think the Peacekeeper gets any guaranteed attack off of a parry, other than maybe the zone attack cancel, but I don't know for sure. Extending the range of light attacks. I think they're doing that. I think they're exchanging they're making the range of the light attacks a little bit further, so that you can actually get an attack off a parry. Because right now parrying as the Peacekeeper doesn't give you much of anything. They're just buffing her. They're just buffing her to get a light attack after parries for possible noob spam. Yeah, well, that's what she does. She gets close and she spams you, and you got to get away. That's the thing. I see a lot of people complaining about Peacekeepers, and a lot of times it's because a Peacekeeper gets really close to them and starts slashing them, and they're like trying to block and parry, and it's like, what are you doing? Her attacks are way too fast. You don't stand in a Peacekeeper's face. You roll away, which guarantees her, what, 3 hits maybe? 2 or 3 hits? And then you try to re-engage. That's how you fight a Peacekeeper. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Montreal? What the fuck? Nope. Nope, you can leave a message. Anyway. They're supposed to be getting rid of Steam Greenlight. They are, but it's not till the spring. So we've got time. Okay, so we have 12. Let's get somebody to choose one. And that someone is going to be... Do I have a car to go buy the things I need to survive? No, of course not. No, I'm moving from one major city to another slightly less major city with all the amenities like within walking distance. I don't live in a part of the world where cars are necessary. They're a very nice convenience, but they cost so much, and parking is so expensive, and insurance is so expensive, and just everything about owning a car is just not worth where I live. But some of you live in cities that are very spread out, or rural areas or whatever, and you have to use a car to get to do anything. But I live in a place where you just walk everywhere. That, in fact, like driving is silly where I live. You have to pay to park where you live. Oh yeah. Toronto is a very compact city. It's very hard to find parking anywhere And when you do, in fact, when I moved in, I know of people that sell their parking space, like they move into an apartment, they sell their car, and then they sell their parking space to other people for like 10 grand a year. Like it's an absurd, you can make so much money if you own a parking space in this city or a parking lot. Like if you own a parking lot in Toronto, you are ultra rich, ultra mega rich. Because you can just charge whatever you want and people will pay it and GG. So, but of course, owning a parking lot in this city is not easy because parking is like worth its weight in gold. So, we're gonna get somebody. Lolliot, you pick our first game. Our choices are Pine, G Rally, The Far Frontier, Miles Goes First, Win Stratos, Vision VR, Little Lords of Twilight, Samsara, One Bullet Left, Varnaka, In Home, and Mayhem Above. Oh, come on, it's not rigged. I don't think I've ever asked Lolliot to pick. You have never asked me. You're a fucking liar, TK. I've asked you on several occasions. Don't even lie. I can actually personally remember 2 different occasions where I've asked you because I remember you apologized for picking the shittiest game in the list immediately after. So don't even try to lie to me. I remember these things. Anyway, Lolliot picked one. Let's go with okay. This one. Hi, Ty. We have to pay for parking while you're getting treated at a hospital. We have to pay for parking while you're getting treated at a hospital? What? What do you mean? Ty, we spent 2 hours yesterday downtown trying to find a damn parking spot. Never driving to downtown again. Nope. But I mean, downtowns in most cities have excellent transit. Like, if I owned a car, and I don't, but if I did, what I would do if I lived outside of a city and I wanted to go downtown is I would drive my car to the end of the subway or bus line, and I would park my car in one of the many parking lots that are usually available at those places. There's usually a fairly reasonable rate to park your car there for most of the day, and then I would take the subway wherever I need to go. At least that's what you do in a major city, rather than driving around for hours looking for places to park and spending tons of money to do so. But that's just me. Some people who own a car believe it should be a like permanently convenient luxury and they shouldn't have to consider things like transit. But it's like, yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do. Okay. $9 for 3 hours of parking. See, that's actually a really good price compared to where I am. I don't know why we're talking about parking. That's almost as boring as talking about the weather. Guys, I know you guys think I'm like some old man or whatever, but the least we could do is talk about cool, trendy, teen stuff other than parking and the weather. There's got to be something hip and totally radical to talk about instead of cars. And let's go. Varnaka level 1. Is this? Hang on. Apparently this is 1080p. You fucking liar. This is 1080p, supposedly. Oh, there, now it's 1080p. I take it back. It was YouTube's fault. Are you kidding me? We're halfway through the video and this is it? What is this? So where's the game? Where's the fun? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a really terrible, this reminds me of the League of Legends tutorial. So when you first start playing League of Legends, they make you play this tutorial. But like there's voice acting and it's not like this. But this is like if the tutorial had no skins. Like if you had one character, if League of Legends was comprised of a single character and like everything else had no skins and they just like, that's what this reminds me of. And these are like the turrets and like, oh my god, this is so bad. What? Hey chat, would you guys pay money for this? Would you guys pay money for all this fun you're having? Running around on graph paper? Okay, that was cool. That was cool. But that's a fuck no. Oh my god, a one sentence description. Is it actually one sentence? It's two, sorry, my bad. It's 2 sentences. This is like a pre-no, like I'm saying no as soon as it doesn't even matter. Varnaka is an action arcade game that requires the player to use a strategy in order to pass the level. One strategy. Just exactly one quantity of strategy.
Welcome to the Scrub Club.
True Queasy.
It fills you with determination.
Thank you for the 19 months. Holy shit. The difficulty of the game increases dramatically with each level. I bet it does. Okay, the coolest thing in the whole video was the little gun flip thing she did at the end. That's it. The rest of the game was like a horrible MOBA with like a horrible unfinished MOBA that takes place on graph paper. Like, why wouldn't you even skin the ground? Why wouldn't you texture the enemies? There isn't even... Why not, like, put a grass texture or anything? Look, you have to make something if you want to sell something. This looks incredibly unfinished. Retro, indeed. No, this is garbage. I mean, I guess there might be potential, like 100 miles down the line, but this looks like if you took a character from League of Legends, like an ADC or whatever, took away all their abilities, got a deviant artist to design them. Ooh, burn. And then you put them in a graph paper hell with floating crystals, and you just that's your game. And then you ask for money. Nope. Nope, sorry. Okay, so that was... Oh, I need to give it a rating. I give that a 15 out of 100 because there's no game there. Not even close to a little bit of a game there. Yeah, imagine if you were playing a MOBA where you could only auto attack, nothing else. Oh, sorry, and there was a charged ability. There was the regular shot, and then there was one that you charge up for a second. Oh wait, that's most MOBAs. No, it's not actually. MOBAs are cool. I played MOBAs for a long time. But anyway, that was terrible. That was real bad. Okay, the next thing we're gonna look at is Pine. Also, thank you Rio Grande for handling the links. portal bound. What are these? Okay, there we go. They keep, even though it says it's loaded. Cute.
Well, it's
Hang on.
about tree
We're about to
fitting.
get text to speech. Give me a second.
Hi Ty, I haven't felt good about what happened the other night, so I wanted to offer Dreefiddy and an apology. This stream essentially my only source of social shenanigans since leaving school, and it means so much to me to be a part of your community.
Thank you, Sprinkleton. Holy shit. Thank you for the tree fitty. I have a confession to make, Sprinkleton. And this might show you how... This might prove that you don't ever need to apologize with money or really at all. I have no idea what you're apologizing about. I admit I don't remember what happened. Did I even speak to you? Was I a part of any, like, were you timed out or banned or chastised? Like, I can't remember at all. So hopefully that makes you feel better about whatever it is you did or didn't do, because I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. But I do appreciate the tree fitty, and I can pretend to thank you for your apology, but I have no idea. It's, rip. Well, either way, but thank you, Sprinkleton, and thank you, English Brian, for. I hope that didn't come off mean. I'm trying to point out that, like, whatever you're apologizing for, it's like water under the bridge, because I don't even remember. So don't take that like in a negative way. You still felt bad? Oh, it was that. Okay, yeah. No, that's now I kind of remember. I still don't remember. It doesn't matter. Either way, thank you, Sprinkleton, for the tree fitty. Let's go. Chat, it's important to know if I ever get salty or pissed off at someone, it's like the shortest lived grudge that I hold. Like, often it lasts like 30 seconds to a minute. So, like, you really don't have to ever, like, do that, because certainly the next day I've already forgotten it ever happened, because I have so many other things to, like, not worry about, but think about. So yeah. Anyway, but thank you. Cool. This looks amazing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and coin this poor man's Zelda, because that's what it looks like. It looks like a low budget, like, Nintendo, like, Zelda adventure-ish game, and that's a compliment of, like, the highest degree. This looks great. I love the little bit of storytelling at the start. I find a lot of indie games specifically, they really skimp on like cinematic storytelling, and I don't mean cinematic as in like big CG cutscenes. I mean just using the engine and having characters walk around and do scripted stuff. My game that I'm gonna make eventually will have tons of that. It'll have tons of like cut scenes where you're actually watching story stuff unfold. And I think that I've noticed a lot of indie games don't do that. They try to do everything just with gameplay and some text on the screen. But I noticed that like the beginning of the video, like just that little bit of storytelling with no words, just like the offering of fish and stuff. Was it me or did they cut every time an actual combat action was going to take place? They did, and the reason for that may be that it's weak, or that it's unfinished, or that maybe it's not as good as the rest of the game. So I don't know, that could be a strategically avoiding showing us the combat, or maybe combat isn't a huge part of the game. I don't know, but I like this a lot. I see nothing negative about this at all. It looks really good. I also really enjoy these goblins. Ty's game will have Metal Gear Solid 4 tier cutscenes. No, they won't be long or confusing or anything like that. Oh yeah, guys, also the logo is really nice. That is a very nice logo. Pine is an action-adventure game that adapts to you using the advanced AI and an intricate game ecology. The game recognizes your patterns and style of play and its creatures, The game recognizes your patterns and style of play, and its creatures and world react and adapt to you specifically. Sorry, I couldn't read that for some reason. You take on the role of Hugh, a shy but smart young adult belonging to one of the Hello, fellow teens. Like, Hugh, a shy but smart young adult. That's a really, really like clinical way. Belonging to one of the last remaining human tribes on the island of Albamare. Fighting for survival of your species, you need to overcome your fear of the outside world and embark on a wondrous adventure to find your way to a new home. Inspired by the adventures of Link in the Zelda series and the intriguing nemesis system of Shadow of Mordor, Fable's choice-dependent progression, and the dance-like combat of Bloodborne. Really? Slugman99.
Love the stream, Ty. Keep it up.
Thank you, Slugman, for the 2-month resub. Oh, baby. Okay. Now you got me. You hooked me, but I want to see your version of the dance-like combat of Bloodborne, because saying that your game is inspired by Bloodborne's combat is a really big claim. Oh, hang on. Wait. Oh. That looks pretty good. Okay, so inspired by the dance-like attacks and dodges of Bloodborne. It looks good. It looks a bit like start and stop, but then again, a lot of games are that way. The combat doesn't look bad. I like that you can actually, it looks like damage, you can damage limbs specifically. Not a lot of games do that anymore. That's kind of cool. I like this a lot. This is really cool. When you think dance-like combat, you think Witcher, not Bloodborne. Yeah, well, Witcher had full-on dance combat. Like, Witcher, you might as well have been on a DDR pad. And that's both the best and worst thing about The Witcher, in my opinion. I love the animations in The Witcher, and I also kind of hate the way some of the combat kind of plays out in The Witcher. It's a very love-hate relationship. And I know it's weird because I've never played The Witcher 3 on stream or anything, but I am very familiar with The Witcher 1 and 2. And I always found that both the best and worst part about the game is that, like, the combat is so twirly and crazy and everything, but it's also it's good and bad. But I like this a lot. This is super cool. And I like that it actually mentioned its inspirations, and we kind of called them. Well, Zelda, definitely. Shadow of Mordor, I wouldn't have been able to pick that, but I haven't played Shadow of Mordor, but I've watched lots of Shadow of Mordor. And Fable, definitely. I mean, visually Fable, but I didn't realize it as like a choice system. This is super cool. I'm actually very interested in this. I'm a follow, and I'm a favorite. I'm gonna give this an 80 because everything I saw was amazing, but I'm a bit concerned about the stuff we didn't see, so I can't quite give it the like glowing 9 out of 10 that some games manage to get. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an 80 just because the stuff they left out is pretty important, but it's not like game breaking. Everything else about the game looks amazing. I couldn't stand Witcher because there was so much, and I hate saying that. It's basically saying this game has too much, but it's true. It takes a lot of devotion to get into it. Yeah, guys, that's where I'm at with Neo. There's so much. Well, for Neo, there's so much stuff in Neo, but yeah, Witcher it's a huge investment to get into The Witcher. Ty, were you interested in Gwent, the Witcher card game? I've got an extra code. I've never played it. I'd like to look into it. If you've got an extra code, maybe. Blurbs, if you could do me a favor, drop me a tweet right now or a PM on Twitter. Remind me that you have the code. You don't need to send me the code right now. When I'm done the stream, I'll do some research into Gwent. Like, I'll watch some videos and see like if it's something I could see myself getting into. And if it is, then I'll grab that code off of you. So just remind me somewhere that isn't here that you have Gwent, and I'll take the time to check it out to make sure. I know what it looks like and I know what it is, but I want to dive a bit deeper just to see. I know it's good. Is the Animal Game of Thrones card game a rip? No, we're waiting for them to patch it. So yeah. Cool. But yeah, this is awesome. So we're gonna give this an 80%. This is one of the better entries I've ever seen on Steam Greenlight, and yeah. So let's move on. All-terrain simulator. I finally got Overwatch. So much fun, but I'm garbage. You're a big garbage. To be fair, same, but yeah, Overwatch is really fun. Would I be interested in streaming The Witcher 3? I am one day going to stream The Witcher 3. I just don't know when. Like I said, Witcher 3 is a huge undertaking, and I just gotta make sure there's a gap in my schedule, because that's, if I get into The Witcher 3, how many hours is that? How many hours is a Witcher 3 playthrough? Like, at my pace, even though I was gonna say you can't really get lost, as far as I know, in The Witcher. Like, apparently there's a really, like, hold your hand kind of basic map system. Like a super GPS, go to the glowing pillar in the distance kind of thing. But even so, like, how many days and how many hundreds of a little over 100 hours? Oh. The new Mass Effect game is confirmed full nudity. At this point, all games are like that. I think the Conan game kind of just blew the doors open on like nudity being like something to worry about in video games. It might as well. If one game can do it, then all games can do it. Like Conan came along, it has full frontal nudity. No one gave a shit. So they're like, okay, well now everything should be able to have that as well. I want to bang a full nude female Turian. Wow. Thanks, Claire. Okay, let's do this. G-Rally. show me some crashes. I'm hoping we see some, like, really nice damage modeling. That's the only thing that can save this. Okay, before we go any further, the only thing that can save this game, because it's so forgettably average, is the most incredible damage modeling. Like, I'm talking about, like if you guys have ever seen that game, Beam Drive Beam dot something. I fucking can't remember. But it's a really stupid name for an amazing BeamNG.drive. That's the one. What a dumb name for a game. Why did anybody ever name their game BeamNG.drive? Anyway, it better have that level of damage modeling, and then we're good to go. Otherwise, if this doesn't, it's gonna be such a fucking flat no. Cause you got games like Dirt. Like, why? Show me a crash. And honestly, that forest looks like it came out of, like, Daggerfall. And not Daggerfall, Morrowind. Really? Really? Does Ty even care about racing games? I do, but the thing that's interesting about racing games is you're competing with everything. Like, literally the best graphics, the best gameplay. You have entire esports leagues. You have games where you can jump in with 4 friends and race around, like, rainy cities and, like, to crazy techno music. Racing games are, like, you have to nail it for a racing game, for anyone to give a shit. This is so forgettable. I don't even know what to say. There's nothing here at all that is even a little bit interesting. The graphics were extremely basic. Like, when I say extremely basic, I mean, like, get a load of this, like, of this Morrowind forest. Like, when the come on, give me that 1080p. Hang on, wait for it. I don't understand why it wouldn't cache. There, this is it in 1080p. So, okay, so the game doesn't have graphics going for it. It looks like it plays fairly well. It's considered to be a simulation. So it looks like the gameplay is good. You didn't show me any crashes, so I don't know if there's damage modeling. And honestly, I wouldn't touch a game like this unless it had amazing crashes, which is why we played Beam.ng/drive or whatever that stupid game is, because it has the best damage modeling I've ever seen in a game. In fact, I want to show you guys what this game is up against. Chat, watch this. So this is another game that has, like, fairly Morrowind graphics. But wait till you see how good the crashes are. Now, I'm not saying everybody plays a racing game for the crashes, but, like, a lot of people play racing games for the crashes. It might take a while before it gets into it. Why? What is this? There we go. Look at that! Like, this game prides itself on being a soft body physics simulator, which means, like, the vehicles crumple like they're made of, like, tinfoil. Look at Now that you've seen the best. Now you compared fucking whatever generic rally, that's what the G stands for. And you're like, oh. sweet. Oh, wicked. Oh, nice mannequins that don't move in the front seat as well. Nah, there's nothing here. There's nothing they showed me that... well, I'm going to read it because I should bear it basically. Ty, it's awfully American of you to be so concerned with Michael Bay crashes in your racing game. Well, why else am I going to play it? Well, Bear Piero, let me counter by saying, if I wanted to play a racing game, why wouldn't I pick up Dirt? Or why wouldn't I pick up one of the drift games? Or why wouldn't I get iRacing? Or why wouldn't I get Gran Turismo? What are we on now with Gran Turismo? Like 11? Why wouldn't I get Grand Theft Auto? Why wouldn't I get a million different first-party god-tier racing games? Why would I care about G-Rally with its Morrowind trees? And it's like really forgettable gameplay. No one would buy this. You have so many other options that are so good. Anyway, G-Rally is an indie project born of the passion of RBR Online. Team, what? With a slogan, Dream, Experience, Believe, the team has put full faith in the product. The fruit of hard work in free time, which spelt wrong, it now offers to entire community of rally simmers. Oh, okay. G-Rally is not in a position to have official licenses at the moment, and its starting point is limited number of racing cars. G-Rally considered its indie character is modding oriented. We developed integrated Unity tools that will facilitate the insertion of your creations. Tell me about crashes. Surface climate, co-drivers may realize a higher degree of driving. No mention anywhere of a crash. Ah, yeah, nah. I'm guessing that says no thanks, but not sure whether I want to butt it, but it should pass Greenlight. Vote yes. I just don't think it's, I think it's a very generic, forgettable racing game, and I'm gonna say no thanks. And I'm not saying that because like it's a terrible game or anything, but considering the thousands of racing games that are available, this one, there's nothing about this that even, I'm gonna forget it. As soon as we move on, I'm not gonna think back and be like, oh, what was that rally game? Because, oh, I'll remember it because of the Morrowind trees. Sorry, the Morrowind trees. But the point of racing is to not crash. Yeah, but if you're bad like me, see, the thing about that's funny about racing games, when racing games have really good crashing, it makes people like me who are either don't care about racing games or are not inherently very good at racing games. It gives us something like a consolation prize. Ty likes the punishment in his crashing games. You know, like I want, show me a good crash, like something the equivalent of like ng.drive/beam or whatever, and then I'll be interested. Because someone like me, I don't really care about racing games. People have asked me, they're like, Ty, why you have a racing wheel? Why don't you play more racing games? And I'm like, I love driving games. I don't like racing games. Now, I'm still looking at this from an unbiased perspective. I'm comparing it to other racing games that are available for $1,000 to $1,000, although I can't think of a game that costs $1,000, but in the garbage to AAA category, there are probably more racing games than almost any other category. And this is just forgettable. So, rip. And the thing is, okay, then maybe it could be argued that this game is catering to a very narrow, hardcore subset of racing, like the rally sim extremists. That could be true, but there's nothing here that really tells me that even those guys are going to be that impressed. They do mention things like real rally conditions, various types of surface and climate, as well as day or night, but that's all basic stuff. That's in every racing game. So like, if you are truly trying to appeal to the hardcore rally crew, I should be seeing a bunch of stuff about specific rally racing that I don't understand, but there isn't even that. It's just like, you get day and night, and the road can be wet, and it can also be dry. And there can be some gravel. Be careful, it's a bit slippery. Like, there's nothing here. So we're moving on, unfortunately. I don't think it's a horrible game. I just think it's an utterly forgettable game. Yeah, there's just nothing unique. I don't know why you wouldn't just play like one of the dirt games, or like Colin McRae's Rally for. Yeah, there you go. I like it. So, damn it, Claire, you're so thirsty right now. Okay, the next thing we're looking at is the Far Frontier. I just want to take a look at the. Excellent. Okay, let's go. The Far Frontier. Hey, Bomb Dog. Can we get some 1080p action here, please? Just... Give me 720p. There we go. Okay. What do you do? Is it like a matching game down here, or? I don't see like a mouse moving anything. Do you guys? Oh wait, there is a mouse. What is it doing though? Oh, the mouse is like directing them around or something. Luckier!
What is this discount RuneScape music?
So... I can't tell... Okay, so there is matching... Okay, so it's... I might have to read about this one. It is a Bejeweled game, sort of. But there's also like you were able to direct the troops at the top, so there's okay, let's read a little. Description: Far Frontier is a game that will turn you into a young commander in Chief Lord Medosa. Oh, into a young commander in Chief Lord Medosa. By order of the King Lord. Wait, by order of the King, Lord must perform an important mission. By order of the King, Lord must perform an important mission. By order of the King, Lord must perform. Even that doesn't make sense. Do not let the hordes of orcs break the small garrison on distant borders. It's time to feel like a lord. Recruit the best mercenaries. Explore new opportunities to equip their soldiers to fight the orcs to the glory of the King and the history Adiona land. Is this English? Okay, it's not just English. I was gonna say. New look for the match 3. Build own garrison. Dynamic fights. Learning AI system. Multiple abilities. Warriors. Different mission and landscape. Oh man. Why does this look like a Warcraft 3 mod? How the feeling this was a Warcraft 3 mod. Can I be the King Lord? Am I the King Lord? It supports Windows XP. I am the King Lord. Oh, baby. I want to be the King Queen. So when did Remy bot? You mean Robo Remy? He's been working for a while. Right now he just provides quotes and a few other little surprises, but you'll see those as you go. Oh man. Okay, so I hate the graphic design or lack thereof. I don't know why you wouldn't capitalize the two Fs. Like what? Who threw together this as your like poster? This is a last minute like the PR guy was like, we need something for Steam Greenlight, and they're like, here's a screenshot, whatever, like fuck off. We have to go get sushi. And he's just like, the far frontier. Didn't even capitalize it, didn't even think about like centering it or kerning or anything. Just so that's awful. The actual like characters look cool. The models are nice. They're nice low poly models. The landscapes don't exactly fit the character style, but it's not that bad. I like the orcs a lot. But this feels like... Also, where's the description of like Bejeweled? I just realized, chat, they didn't mention anything about the fact that you're playing Bejeweled. Right? Am I not wrong about that? Wait, none of the screenshots show it either. Also, holy shit, this font found its way into the game. Oh no. Please, I thought this was just a bad PR thing. I thought you got Mitch from the PR department. And by department, I mean you're one guy, you're one blogger, you have like part-time employed to like promote the game. But it actually, it's the in-game font. Well, some of it. Wow, that's so bad. Humans, orc. That's weird. Mitch tried really hard. He did. But anyway, why is there no explanation of the fact that you're playing Bejeweled but also doing like a weird tower defense RTS game? Like I'm watching this and I'm seeing, okay, so there's abilities you can pop here. You can definitely click on the landscape because I watched the guy click. There's an interface up here which has the number of troops I think that are currently available. Yeah, because 7 and then more will come and then this number should jump up maybe? Maybe not. Okay, so there's still 7. Then down here we're playing Bejeweled, I think. And you're matching like groups of 4. Why isn't that mentioned anywhere? You know what, chat? I don't like this. I don't like it. And I think it's because they absolutely skimped on explaining what the game is. Now, I could click on any of these links and go research the game further, but it's Steam Greenlight, and we have a kind of an in-house rule in that you kind of got to show us what your game is about on the Steam Greenlight page. And aside from some broken English description of the lore, which no one really cares about, because I gotta understand the gameplay before I care about whatever story you wrote up. There's no mention of the fact that you're playing, like, Bejeweled. I don't like it. It's close though. I'm gonna give it a 40 out of 100. A 50 being a pass, barely. But I just don't think it's there yet. I think the graphic design is terrible. I do enjoy everything about the 3D modeling, the low poly characters, the world is pretty nice. But it doesn't look like the game has much in the way of gameplay. And I must say, I do enjoy the graphic design of the menus and stuff. Like, this is really nice. But the actual gameplay just, oh. Also, this screen is atrocious. It looks like they took a map that someone on their team drew, and then someone found like a really bizarre grid on like Google image search that I don't understand. It's not hexagons, it's not octagons, it's some weird the grid that doesn't fit what we're actually looking at, and they just slapped it on top, then they slapped the logos on top, then they threw their text on humans versus orc, presumably a one orc, just one. Nah, it's a no thanks for me. I can't. Chat, what do you guys think? Yay or nay? It's a fuctagon. They might be going for something like Puzzle Quest, maybe. If so, I mean, it doesn't compare to Puzzle Quest, I don't think. Sky's lost his For Honor tourney match against a raider? Holy shit. That must have been a beast mode raider. I need to see that later. I need to see how someone like Skies loses to a raider. That must be the best raider ever. Like the rarest of raiders. Like how rare, guys? How rare must that raider have been? Anyway, let's move on. I don't know, it's not special. Kaneki, do you have like a timer on your phone for when the quote thing runs out? I've noticed you nail the quote timing every time. A legendary rare. It's so rare it's legendary. Legendary status. That's true. Shattered Ice is a legendary raider. Skies went too hard with his full charge shoulder charge in the raid. Oh, he let his charge, like his shoulder charges go through rather than canceling them into the guard break? Huh. Because I noticed that when I beat Brandon the other day, the moment where I started to get an advantage is when Brandon stopped turning his shoulder charge into a guard break and started letting the full shoulder charge go through, which I find way easier to punish. Definitely as a peacekeeper, but even raiders are tend to dash a lot because they have the dashing head smack. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's check out Miles Goes First. I have a good feeling about Miles Goes First. Please. Oh my god, this is kick-ass. What the fuck? Bread, pigeons love it. Aww. Oh, Hatebit. I know who Hatebit is. That's super cool. Okay, that was adorable. Guys, you know what's really funny, chat? Would you believe me if I told you that this is a Russian game? But it's a good one. It's not Russian shovelware. At least it's English and available in English and Russian. Perhaps one of the developers is Russian. But either way, you don't think the art is great? I think the art is fantastic. This is amazing pixel art. Are you kidding? Are we talking about the same game? I wish the art was higher quality. What? I don't understand what you're talking about. This is... I think it's good. I think it's good. I think in terms of pixel art, at least what I do enjoy is it's a really good understanding of color depth, because the background is very muted and you can really tell what is interactable and what is pick-upable, and everything else kind of fades into the background. I don't know, I like this a lot. I actually think the art is like what it's got going for it. I think that's like one of the best parts. But I mean, maybe I'm biased. I'm making a game that has a lot of brown and it's pixel art. The only thing I guess I don't like is the way the gun kind of weirdly rotates. Like, but I don't mind it. I love the interface elements. That's super cool. Anyway, I like it a lot. Shut up, Claire. You're so funny. It reminds me of Enter the Gungeon, yeah. Anyway, I think this is cool. I think this is super cool. I'm somewhere between a 60 and a 70 on it. Let's give it a 69 for the meme. I don't think it's quite, like 70 is where games really interest me. I probably wouldn't play this, because if I were to play a game like this, I would play Enter the Gungeon first, and then I would probably play something like Binding of Isaac or something else. But yeah, I don't know. I like the humor of it. Miles, boring unemployed bachelor who lives with his mother. He has nothing but the couch, the refrigerator, and the cat. He lives an ordinary, boring life until he decides to dig his father's things, which he threw with his family many years ago. Okay, so this is, like, roughly translated. Who would have thought that son finds an artifact that sends its owner into upside down town? Upside town. Oh, upside town. Why didn't I think of that? Holy shit. Upside town. That's such a smart idea. Why didn't I think of that first? What a good place that would be for a video game. Let's go to Upside Town. Anyway, underworld full of evil spirits and fantastic creatures. Miles have to fight the hordes of paranormal creatures with weapons left in the afterlife, such as occasional guests, as Miles the only way he can return home. But yeah, anyway, I like it. I'm gonna give it a 69 for the meme. What a missed opportunity. Upside Town. Upside Town sounds like it's full of jazz music and cool cats. Only the coolest of cats. You won't tell anyone, Chad, if I steal Upside Town, will you? Oh no, but I like this. I like it. It's pretty cool. Okay. The next entry is called Stratos. Stratos. 100% yes. I would report you. Is there discount karate in Upside Town? We'll see. There should be. Compared to Binding of Isaac is what I meant about the art. This game doesn't look as smooth. Well, it's probably because it's pixel art. Let's go. Oh shit, this looks... Does this game run at like 7,000 frames a second? Whoa, this is like 120 frames a second. And even in YouTube can only go to 60. So like they're... Whoa. Stratos. Stratos. Okay. Please make this a thing so I can buy it. I vote yes, already fucking love shoot 'em ups. Alright. Interesting. I can't get over how smooth that was. Needs more hot chicks giving instructions at the bottom. Hang on. Let's get a load of this initial. Okay, hang on. This seems so out of place compared to the rest of the game, but I like it. I love how like 70s this feels. This feels like it's ripped out of like off the cover of like a paperback you'd find in like an old bookstore about like a sci-fi novel written in the 70s about like spaceship combat or something. But yeah. Okay, Win Stratos is an arcade shoot 'em up or just shmup, incorporating the concept of flying fast as its core design. When you are alone, fighting an entire armada head on isn't a very smart strategy, so hit and run tactics become the only option. Boosting through debris fields, enemy bases, and full fleets will be common, so you won't have to constantly adapt. So you'll have to constantly adapt to incoming threats. Your ships are configured to overcome this very problem by having two changeable forms: fighter for precise shooting, and mecha for area control. Okay, swapping between them is the key to survival. Some ships have extra attack, like heat-seeking missiles and energy-absorbing rays. By meeting certain requirements, it's even possible to add enemy firepower to your own. Anyway, I don't have a big opinion on shmups. I don't play a lot of shoot 'em ups. This looks pretty good. There's some elements that seemed a little bit something. Not necessarily bad, but like I don't know. God, that game runs so smooth. It's hard to tell because like you guys are seeing it at 60 frames per second, but I swear this game runs at like 90,000 frames per millisecond. Like it's so butter smooth. But yeah, I like it. I'm gonna give it a 60 because I'm not a big fan of shmups, but if I were, this would be noteworthy, but probably not amazing. I know a lot of you guys play shmups and stuff. I don't think this is anywhere near the top of the list for shoot 'em ups, but it's pretty good. And I do enjoy that like 70s vibe it had at the start. Oh hey, Miss QQ. The word shmup irks me at a molecular level. Shmup. It sounds like a Schmuppet. Like it should, instead of that character at the bottom, the like 70s like bangs and like blonde lady, it should have been like Elmo. Elmo the Schmuppet. But instead of Elmo, it's like he's got like goggles and like an eye patch, and he's got like a cigarette, and like part of his face is exposed with like the metal endoskeleton? Yeah, underneath, and like he's wearing like an ancient like flight jacket from like his time, from like his grandfather's time on Earth, like in the army or the Air Force. So, but like, yeah, that would be a Schmuppet if someone wants to like draw that. Elmo is definitely a Schmuppet. I'm calling Jerp a Schmuppet from now on. Every time Jerp says anything I disagree with, I'll be like, you're just a Schmuppet. Because Jerp loves shoot 'em ups. Like, that's his big thing. Goggles and an eye patch. Well, yeah, Blurbs. Because it's purely for fashion. He doesn't even need the eye patch, or at least that's the word on the streets. And by the streets, I mean in the cosmos or whatever, because there are no streets in space. As far as I know. Unless Sky Roads. Shit, remember Sky Roads? Did they ever remake that? I thought they did and it was super shit. Anyway, this is a yes. I'm gonna give it a 60. Looks pretty cool. TK will like it because it's Brazilian. So like TK is already like pre-purchasing the game. so he can take it with him to the Olympics and play it on like his tablet. That was a peeve level tangent. Nah. We've only just started. We've only just begun. This is what happens when I do Steam Greenlight first. Usually by the time I do Steam Greenlight, like my energy levels, because the stream goes like this. It's like the energy level kind of goes up, it peaks, and then kind of starts to crash toward the end of the stream. And that's why, and that's usually when Steam Greenlight happens. And then with Steam Greenlight, there's like little bursts, but I started with Steam Greenlight, so we're like up here somewhere. So anyway, VR game. Get your Resident Sleepers ready, chat. I can see Point of Metal is already ready to go. Prepare your Resident Sleepers for Vision cutting edge VR game. I can't cut a game off at the knees before I even see what like the opening screen, but I have a very bad feeling about this. I have a feeling this is going to be a big garbage. This game is going to be a huge, embarrassing garbage. Let's go. Okay, that's super cool. I may have to take that back. That's one of the coolest intros I've ever seen. Are you going to be a big... Okay, this isn't actually that bad. It's exactly what I expected, but it's visually amazing. Oh. Ty's looking sad that he was immediately proven wrong. I kind of was. But am I the only one that thinks after about 20 minutes this would lose its charm in a big way? And am I also the only one who thinks that unless this game is about $5, you'd feel hella ripped off after about that 20 minutes? Be like, I will admit, visually, this is one of the best, I'll say art direction. This has some of the most impressive art direction of any VR game I've ever seen. That being said, it's still a game where you stand in one place and you shoot waves of robots. How many games for VR do we have where you stand in one place and shoot waves of robots? There's no semblance of a story that I could see. What are you waiting for? Join us in 2017. Vision, our brand new FPS VR game, has a great diversity of incredible heroes to choose from. Each hero has a unique weapon and set of skills to make sure your team will terminate whatever mysterious monsters and enemies that will cross your path. Do you think you can deal with all this awesomeness? It sounds like you're trying to promote like a nightclub or something. Is there a story? Is there any like storytelling whatsoever? Oh, I think it crashed. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Hang on, chat. That game was having none of my shit. I started saying negative things, and nope. Anyway, Wait, what am I seeing? What is this? Why is someone putting like fan fiction? Reaper waited. The lights above him blinked and sparked. There were VR in the Overwatch. He didn't see them, but had expected them now for years. His warnings to Tracer were not listened to. Okay, we gotta text to speech this shit. We gotta text to speech this shit. I'm not reading it all. Someone's gonna read it for me. We're gonna get English Harry. English Harry is gonna read this. Okay, let me get the rest of it. Okay, here we go. Oh, we have to create an audio file? The fuck? Can it just play? Hang on, chat. Sorry, it's creating a virus. Aw, not Brian. Brian isn't available. Harry, not Henry. English Brian isn't available. Like, I don't think there's a way to. Well, there might be actually, but yeah. Okay, it's trying to create a thing. Hang on, we can do better than this. Let's try a different one. Naturally, text to speech voice demo. Best text to speech. Oh God. Ooh, hang on. Wait. Oh God, this is gonna be nightmare fuel. I don't know if this whole thing will fit, but chat, I have something for you. Will this fit? His warnings to Tracer. Aww. Wait. Oh, it's so limited. I was gonna do this, chat. This guy right here. I was gonna get him to read it. Also, thank you, Pointed Metal, for the 5 bits. But unfortunately, this looks like a virus. Oddcast.
Reaper waited. The lights above him blinked and sparked out of the air. There were VR in the Overwatch. He didn't see them, but had expected them now for years. His warnings to TR.
See, that's all it can fit. Okay, so we'll try a different one. It's cool that it follows your mouse all like creepy and stuff. Can I? Okay, wait, this might be better. Reaper was a space marine? He was? I can't believe I'm loading this up. But this is what we do. Okay, we need... Who's this? Let's try this.
Reaper waited. The lights above him blinked and sparked out of the air. There were VR in the Overwatch. He didn't see them, but had expected them now for years. His warnings to Tracer were not listened to, and now it was too late. Far too late for now, anyway. Reaper was a space marine for 14 years. When he was young, he watched the Overwatch and he said to Dad, "I want to be on the Overwatch, Daddy." Dad said, "No. You'll be killed by VR." There was a time when he believed him. Then as he got older, he stopped. But now in the space station base of the Overwatch, he knew there were VR. This is Tracer, the radio cracked. Don't worry, loves, cavalry's here. So Reaper got at his pal's rifle and blew up the wall. "He going to kill us," said the VR. "I will shoot at him," said the Pharaoh, and she fired the rocket missiles. Reaper plasmaed at her and tried to blow her up. But then the ceiling fell and they were trapped and not able to kill. "No. I must kill the VR," he shouted. The radio said, "No, Reaper. You are the VR." And then Reaper was a VR.
What? Well, I'm glad we had this moment, chat. Who are you? I need to know who... Okay, hang on. No. Thought it said, this is Tracer, the radio crackhead. Oh my god. Okay. So that was kind of neat. So, the issue I'm having here is the visuals of this game are 10 out of 10, but it's a generic VR shooting game. I think it deserves to exist. Grudgingly, I'm gonna give it a 60. Like, this is embarrassing, this little tiny hype paragraph not explaining anything about the game, but it looks really cool. And that's really all I could say. It looks really cool and it looks like it plays okay. So it's a pass, but there's nothing really here. This does not deserve to exist. I don't know, man. In terms of VR, it's one of the better looking VR games. So you guys are welcome to vote it yay or nay. I think the robot chocobo bomb things are what sold me. You ordered your new PC today? Nice. Hey, S Terminus. Okay, let's move on. But it gave us that awesome slash. I forgot about the game when he got into the comments. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna look at is called Samsara. Samsara? Samsara. Or something. This game uses resources under Creative Commons license. Please video description due to you. Wait, what? Due to YouTube's compression algorithms, video quality will be lower than in-game. Please refer to screenshots to see actual game video quality.
Insufficient system resources. Disabling recognition services. Disabling audio. Text-only mode activated. Restarting.
Oh my god.
Hello. Do I know you? And what are you doing here? Strange. I can't seem to find your ID. Oh well, I will introduce myself then, so we can start with something. I am Sequential Access Method, SAM for short. My job is reading and writing data records. I'm humble but very valuable because I'm not variable. As for you, I think 2 symbols for naming you should be more than enough. I don't have a luxury to remember temporary things. I have compiled an idea. I will call you MG, since all the database strings about you are empty. Don't worry, I will help you to find who you are and where you belong. And of course, there's always if. Or do you prefer other operators? Good. Well then, you have to help me just a little bit. Since you can do things that are undefined for me. Arrived. Okay, this should be easy. Current time key has only seconds value. It has a 1 in 60 chance to trigger, so keep trying. Power and brute force will crack this gate open. Negative. Useless action. Unsuccessful effort. Excellent.
Wait a sec. I know what they used. The Creative Commons stuff. That's these videos. He made a game out of...
This area is a bit more tricky because it's 8 times harder. Did you get the joke, MT? Bye. Anyway, brute force or how much here? Since this gauge requires minutes parameter, unless you want to spend an hour here, brute forcing each minute. Also, there's a special mechanism implemented here that refreshes time variable not instantly, but during 30 seconds period to make brute forcing harder. I will help you access current time variables if you fail, so you could at least see when you are. Use your ability to change the system time variable. I suggest to input previous time key value, but now in minutes parameter instead. Useless action.
Another clock? Really? Wait, this is your game? You took videos from YouTube or Google or wherever. And you stuck this clock that I've seen in every puzzle so far. Well, there's only been 2 puzzles on here, and then you have to just guess the time or something. This is such a load of shit. This isn't a game. Who did you get to do the voice acting, and then you just passed it through some like lo-fi garbly gook? I'm gonna call whatever the filter you used to make that voice the garbly gooker, and that's all you have. So all we have is some dialogue, the garbly gooker, and a clock, and then essentially stolen video footage that's completely unrelated to the clock itself. Stunning pre-rendered 3D fractal videos. I promise, provide good story with interesting plot twists and characters you will care for. I promise to make all dialogues voiced, so you will not only read, but understand feelings and moods. I promise to create interesting and not repetitive puzzles. You mean like the clock? Interesting and not repetitive? You mean the same clock? I promise to make quality products without typos, graphical glitches, and other unpleasant things. But maybe you could start by putting a 2 here. I promise to provide, and not capitalizing the P. So you haven't proven to me that you're capable of doing this, because your Steam Greenlight page is a big garbage, unfortunately. Chat, I promise to you that if I ever make official press material for something I make, like a game or whatever, I will spell check it and check it for grammar, and get an editor to get a second or third set of eyes to look at it, so that it doesn't end up having this. I promise to rely on community trust and not deleting any negative comments and criticism. I will not make horrible product just to bank on cards. Make a horrible product. I will not use any asset flips or unlicensed materials. I will not release game and immediately bundle it to sell for 10 cents or free. I will not use any boosting groups. Add achievements and I will vote for you. Fucking. That's another reason why Steam, I almost call it Steam garbage. Steam Greenlight, that's another reason why Steam Greenlight is a big garbage, is because there are tons of people who, there's a ton of people who only look for games that have easy to get achievements so that they can increase their Steam level. And that's another reason why Steam Garbage Light shouldn't exist, is because you're giving like achievement hunting people the ability to fill up Steam Greenlight with trash. I don't know, when I go on Steam, I'm looking for video games that have gameplay, not free achievement loading games that take up space and time to sift through. I might as well put that in a dumpster. Anyway, there's nothing here. Something about game where you will be literally traveling through time. Unique gameplay. Solve puzzles by literally traveling through time. Changing the date and time on your PC. No. I'm not at all impressed. Sorry. Sometimes you find interesting things in the dumpster, but it's mostly just garbage. Can you explain to me what the deal is with cards? I have Steam, but I've never seen such features. I know that you get trading cards from games, and you can combine them to unlock different Steam features. Steam has this whole meta game system that I've never even paid any attention to, and it sucks because if I want to increase my friends list, like I can't add these people that are waiting. I once had a list of like 300 people that were waiting to be on my Steam friends list. I can't add them because I have like, you know, hundreds of so the only way for me to increase this is by like messing around with my trading cards and like combining them and like, and I don't care about Steam. I don't care about any of that shit. I don't care about achievements. I'm one of those few people that like when I play a game, I don't care about achievements. I see them, they pop up and it's like, oh, you got an achievement for whatever, but I just play the game. I play the game, but I'm never like, I never care about platinuming or achievement hunting or collecting trading cards or any of that other surface whatever. If the game is bad, the game is bad, and I'm not going to play it. Or if it's really good, I'm going to play through it, and that's that. The higher your Steam account level is, the more friends you are allowed to have. Yeah, it sucks. And I've always said, if Steam gave me the ability to pay, let's say, $20 a year to just have the maximum level account, so I could just have all the friends, I'd do that. But it's like Steam doesn't even want my money. They want me to play their shitty metagame. I don't care enough to do that. Okay, but anyway, this is a no. I don't even know what that game is, if there is even a game there. Apparently you turn a clock, and I think the reason I don't care about platinuming games and stuff is because, like, I play video games for a living, so, like, time is important, and unless I'm obsessed with a game, I'm all like, you know, I play games, I finish them sometimes, and then I move on. So a lot of times, like, the idea of platinuming a game is so many hours. It's like hundreds of hours of something that I may not actually like for that long, and then that's, yeah. So it's just how it goes. Little Lords of Twilight, Nights and Days by Zikverland. Okay. Wait, there's another thing. Cinematograph. Okay. We gotta look at the cinematic. I wish I had seen this first. Cute. Aww. Whoa, he has wings? Oh yeah, he did in the... That was cool. Coming soon to iOS and Android. Yeah, it had mobile kind of... It had the look of a mobile game. It is free to play, probably with like microtransactions. Interesting. Little Lords of Twilight is a player versus player turn-based strategy game where players lead their hero and minions to victory. It takes place in a fantasy world where beautiful yet dreadful, radiant yet dark, wonderful yet terrible. It's a place where some found refuge, where others got lost and trapped. It's a place where day and night are synonymous with good and evil. Each time the sun sets behind the moons of Zikverland, and when it emerges to shine anew, you will be transformed and lent formidable powers. But listen well, little lord, although you must bow to the rule of the night falls and the sun pops, your soul yearns to be free. Features: PvP turn-based strategy, collect powerful Magic cards, turn the pull of night and day into winning strategies, inherit formidable powers through strange metamorphosis, play as one of the legendary heroes of Zikverland. Cool. See, this is the main question right here. This is the question right here. It says free to play, which I assume means microtransactions. What will the microtransactions be for, and what will they unlock? What the fuck, they allow revenge in the For Honor tournament? Yeah. I think that's fair-ish, because one strategy, wrong chat. Oops. Well, either way, I would be okay with revenge in a For Honor tournament, because one strategy could be to just play ultra defensive until you do get revenge, and then go ham. I wouldn't care either or. It would just it would give certain play styles a little more freedom in how they could play against like an ultra aggressive opponent. Yeah, so anyway, I would want to know how the microtransactions work, because sometimes microtransactions are like to speed up the unlocking process, but sometimes it's pay to win. Let's see. Game mechanics are based on skills rather than on luck by limiting the impact of randomness. No complex calculations either to let the player focus on what matters most. Fun and easy to learn tactics and strategy. Win games to earn XP and unlock new heroes. As your heroes gain experience, a new skill will unlock. Equip passive mid-core games. Targets another more casual crowd. This title will allow softcore players to rapidly ramp up and be competitive while granting layers of depth to dive into more complex strategies for the mid-core audiences. Hang on. Oh my god, I'm dying. Our game puts two players in competition for the duration of a match. This calls for a well-thought-out architecture that will allow matchmaking between players, as well as dynamic leaderboard with periodic events, tournaments to simulate replay sessions. Players will also have the possibility to battle against the computer AI for single-player gameplay, blah, 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 blah. Interesting. Okay, so we know it's a mobile game as well as a PC game. Single player, multiplayer, cross-platform. So I imagine the mobile version can maybe interface with the PC version. It's on Google Play and says it offers in-app purchases. Well, of course it does. It's funded by microtransactions. We know that. We know that it's that kind of game. But again, there's different kinds of games that fall into the category you just described. And that's really the crux here, because it is free to play. It's free to download, free to play. But the question is it free to play like League of Legends is free to play, in that you can, over a very long period of time, not spend a cent on League of Legends and also be the best? Or is it the kind of game where eventually you will need to pay to compete? I don't know. I don't actually know the answer to that. But what I saw, and the gameplay looked actually pretty cool. It's really polished. It's adorable. I love the idea of the night-day metamorphosis. That was super cool. Like I said, the actual gameplay looked kind of neat. The kind of board game movement while playing cards and stuff. I'm gonna say yes. And it's free. So, you know, it's the kind of thing you try it for free. If you really like it, you spend some money to either speed things up or get the cards you want or whatever. And everything costs money in some form or another. But given what I've seen and my limited understanding of it, even if it is a mobile game, it's a really nice looking mobile game. This looks really... Sprayer skunk? Sniper skunk. Okay. You can play skunk cards. We're good. Skunks are fucking awesome, chat. Not awesome when getting sprayed by a skunk, but the creature that is a skunk. Also, pet skunks, if you're ever lucky enough to ever meet a pet skunk, like a domesticated skunk that's been like descented, they're super cool. They're like more mischievous cats that move kind of like badgers. It's pretty sweet. Skunks are great. So anyway, yeah, this is a really cool game. I would even consider like trying it. It's that good. So I'm gonna say yes because I don't see any red flags other than, you know, free to play with microtransactions, but tons of games, some of the best games in the world are free to play with microtransactions. Ty, do you like dumb bullshit? You need to check out Shotgun Farmers on Greenlight. I'd rather not. Will you ever try Armello again? Yes. Yes, I am gonna play Armello, but there's a bug right now. So I want to play with Jerp. See, the thing with Armello is I don't want to play by myself anymore because the AI is very weak. And unless you try a difficult strategy, you're going to beat the AI every time just with your renown. So it got boring playing against the computer because I never lost. So I wanted to play with Jerp. But the problem is right now, there's a bug where only the host gets to set the rules and they don't apply to anyone else. So I want to play with Jerp, but I want us to play slowly so the game pauses for each turn and we can talk about different things and discuss strategy and, you know, play it like a board game. But right now the problem is with Armello, the host sets rules, but they only apply to the host. So like if Jerp is hosting, he can set it so on his turn, the game pauses, but it doesn't work for me. So my game is like 30-second turns and it's a little too fast even. I mean, I know how the game works, but I'm still a huge noob. So that's annoying. But the real game breaker for me is that we can't both spectate battles. That's the weird bug that's happening right now. And this is a new bug with the new patch, is if Jerp and I are playing together and the computer goes into a battle, we can't both view that. Only Jerp can view that. So for now, I would have to just sit and wait while Jerp watches the like AI battle. And you learn so much from the AI battles that it's necessary. Like Jerp, I wouldn't be able to explain the game to Jerp. He would have to go and do all the tutorials and stuff. And the actual multiplayer would be lacking because we couldn't like watch the computers fight. So anyway, King Richard won his match against a Conqueror. Nice. I love how you're giving me like the play-by-play of the For Honor tournament. I gotta start paying attention to For Honor tournaments more. I just haven't had time. Packing and moving is a huge pain in the ass, chat, but it's also kind of good. Anyway, Little Lords of Twilight, I give a yes. I'm gonna give it a 70 because everything about it looks really cool. I'm a bit wary about free-to-play, and I'm a bit wary about mobile crossover port things. But overall, it looked pretty decent. Pretty solid game. One bullet left. Oh, shit, yeah, Jerp. How about River City Ransom? Is it Rampage or River City Ransom? Is Rampage the new one? Either way, yes, Jerp. We're going to play that together. I don't know when, but we are going to do that. River City Ransom is like my favorite game of all time, and it's in my top 3 games ever made. We once played the NES version for the Old School Slam Jam, which is a special segment I do occasionally where we go back and play like ancient games that I grew up with. River City Ransom is one of those games we played and we had a blast. So yes, River City Ransom has a new game that just came out. It looks amazing. Just amazing. So we are definitely going to play that together. And as online multiplayer, which is like so many of these amazing new beat 'em up like rehashes from our childhood show up, and they don't have any good multiplayer. They're like local couch co-op. It's like, for fuck's sake. People live on the internet now. I understand the value of couch co-op, but please also understand the value of me being able to play with my friend from, you know, who lives 2,000 miles away. I need this, chat. I need this. I want to play River City Ransom with my friend who lives in Texas. And we can't sit on a couch together anytime soon. So, like, please, just do it. Make it happen. And they did it. So there will be a River City Ransom stream in the near future. Okay. One bullet left, HD gameplay or something. Yeah, we gotta give this the justice it deserves, chat. Okay, chat, who's ready? Let's go. Super shit. Super shit. Oh my god, the bullet. Hang on, chat. Oh no. These goop. Wait. Hang on a sec, chat. Wait a sec. Wait a sec, chat. Wait. Is that it? I think I've... might have... Wait. One, two... Okay, that's not quite it. Wait. No. I'm finding this exact clip art bullet hole they used so that we can downvote the shit out of this. I almost found it. It's one of these. Is it this one? Yeah, maybe. It's close. No, it's not the first image. Whole glass. Oh, there's so many that are so close. Anyway, this is a big pile of trash. This is a big pile of trash. Where's the gun model? Are you is he shooting? Wait, no. Why was there no gun? Is he shooting? Is he shooting with his face or his peepus? I love how the game, it says it's 720 or 1080 and it never actually gets like sharp. It's always like, even when the video actually catches up, it's still low res. So it's been like it's probably been like re-rendered several times. Oh, Oh, and look, like, so fucking, so bad. No. This is, instead of super hot, this is a little bit warm. They should call the game a little bit warm. Start with nothing and try to erase every enemies in the area. English. To help you along your way is a large selection of gadgets, weapons, and triggerable stuff, and bullet time management to assassinate your targets in any way you like. Try to rush levels as fast as you can to make the best time score. Your main weapon is a pistol, rifle for now, but we are planning to add many other weapons and gadgets. Try the alpha version. Nope. I will say these screenshots look kind of neat. But nope, this is lukewarm garbage is what this is. I'm going to give this, give it a 20. It's lacking a ton of animation. It looks like it plays pretty poorly. It looks like the enemies are pretty bullet spongy. You left out a whole gun. It left out a whole gun. And this AK-47 looks like super shit. Also, the clip art bullet hole. I don't know if it's stolen or if it's licensed. It doesn't matter. It looks bad, and it's low res, and there's just no excuse for that. If you're going to use a low res, if you're going to use like a low res bullet clip art thing on your, like, what? It's so bad. And it's the same image. They didn't even rotate it. It's just the same. If I took 5 minutes, I would find this exact image on Google Image Search, but I don't care enough. Awful graphic design, poor gameplay, weird bad choice of music. Okay. So this is a no. 20 out of 100 and ouch. Oh, Spare Cake Mix found it. Oh yeah, that is the exact image. Free Apple wallpaper. So he stole it from someone who stole it, is what you're saying. Free Apple wallpaper. How many reviews are left? There could be 1 or 2 more, and then I think we're gonna switch to that. We're gonna switch to Night in the Woods, and then after Night in the Woods, we're gonna play For Honor, because, you know. So don't worry, guys. The stream is still only just begun. We've hit the 2 hour. Well, we did 2 hours of Steam Greenlight. It's crazy how fast time goes by when we're looking at bad games. Okay, guys. This game is called In Home. One word. It's 23-second trailer. Let's go. No sound. In-home game focused on solving puzzles. The story revolves around a guy which was unknown at home. It's apparently English, but you are the guy whose job it is to get out of the house solving puzzles and figure out how you got into the house. Your goal is to solve all the puzzles and get out of the house. Made by Vakitagan. From Russia. Why is your game not in fucking Russian? Vakitagan or whatever, however you pronounce that. Do you know why I can't pronounce your name? Because I'm not Russian. Maybe, at the very least, you should make your game also available in Russian. Because then, maybe it won't be broken English and an embarrassing lack of creativity across the board. This is a 0. This is Russian shovelware. This is exactly what we're talking about when we haven't found any Russian shovelware yet today. This is Russian shovelware. I'm not hating on it because it's RPG Maker, but that is pretty close to the lowest bar of entry for game design. It's a 23-second trailer with nothing in it. It's silent and it's, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly certain, and Geistra would know. Geistra, is this stock? This is stock assets, right? If you can even see this. It's about the size of a postage stamp. But I'm fairly certain this is stock RPG Maker Garbo. RPG Maker is 99.999% shit. Nah, you're being a bit too harsh. It's definitely 90% shit. But I would say there's 10% of RPG Maker's games that are actually amazing. Geistra is the size of a postage stamp, so... Geistra's actually like towering 6 foot fucking like 10... Geistra's 6'20" and he kills for fun. Yeah, like Lisa's good. Yeah, there's lots of RPG Maker games that are fine. Well, I say lots. There's a few. Let me see this, BT. This is your Bible, bro. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. Your Bible, bro. That's cool, BT. Nah, this isn't Russian shovelware. This is RPG Maker, where someone bought it, spent a total of 10 minutes reading up on what it is, made a game, and puts it online. I think the character is custom. It's still Russian shovelware, guys, because it's Russian. In the same way that if someone from Canada put some random garbage game that they threw together, I would call it Canadian shovelware. It just so happens that a lot of the shovelware comes from Russia. Anyway, this is awful. This is a 0. There isn't even a game here. I don't know what your game is about. You don't know what your game is about. You don't even know what language you speak, so no. A game that is based on riddles, complex thinking, and mystery should have a description that reflects a bit of intelligence. Oh, that's mean. Even when I take into account that you're no native English speaker, yours does not leave such an impression at all. For this reason, I would expect nothing but a couple of stock puzzles and a poor excuse plot that makes me wish there was none at all. Also, RPG Maker is not a good choice for something that aims for the thriller game, I think. Okay, that's not necessarily true, but I agree with some of that. Okay, so that's a no. Oh, I think this is the last one in the queue. No, you can definitely make thrillers and stuff in RPG Maker. You can make a scary game in any format at all. It could be a text story game, or it could be a full Unity. It could be like Far Cry engine. It could be not the Cry engine, sorry. It could be Game Maker. It doesn't matter. Scary games are universal. It's just how you handle them that matters. Okay, Mayhem above. This is my jam. Chat, as a graphic designer, that was amazing. That was gorgeous. I don't even know what the game is, and I don't care. Visually, this is a 10 out of 10. This is the finest use of graphic design I've seen in a long time. Game is gorgeous. The music is awesome. I don't know what it is exactly. An arcade game. Oh, hi. In development about a small meteor. Make combos to reach high score to unlock new levels. Features grind planets, enemies and traps, generative levels, tackle enemies, chain reaction. Planned features: generative EDM music, a meaning for permadeath, items, power-ups, more enemies, area bosses. Yes, Geistra. That was so nice. I'm gonna try and understand it this time. Okay, we gotta play the music again, because it's a shame to replay this without the music. Okay. So you're the meteor, and you... Okay, so definitely the planets, which I assume these things are, they have a gravitational pull. Because you notice as the meteor goes near them, it kind of, it changes the trajectory. And it collides with other stuff. And that must be the sun in the middle that it's like bouncing off of. Or a black hole maybe. Maybe not the sun. Oh. It looks like it wants to be like a rhythm game or something. I want it to be a rhythm game, even if it's not. Cool. Wait, what? Poop game? Who are you? Not my genre. Who are you, Sylvester? Rust, CSGO, and Hurt World. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not that those are bad, but... Poop game, says the guy from Argentina. Please. The game looks amazing. You're a poop. You're a big poop. Anyway. That was really, really nice. I like it. Poop game out of 10. I'm going to give it a yes. I'm actually going to favorite and follow this because this is super my jam. At least in terms of the graphic design, the animations, the music. Wait, the guy had 2,500 hours into Rust? Whoa. Damn. That's a lot of hours. Shit. But yeah, I mean, from what I saw, it's really, I'm gonna give it an 80 because I don't want to jump the gun here and go overboard. But everything I saw looked really, really cool. So, sorry? Oh, you guys taking off?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
I'm taking it to my parents' house. I'm not coming
You're supposed to say to your sister's house. I'm taking the kids to my sister's. I know. Ty, did you say you were doing For Honor tonight? Yes, we're doing For Honor last. So I'm gonna, when this is over, we're switching to Night in the Woods for a bit. And then we're switching to For Honor. So there will definitely be For Honor tonight. We're doing a backwards stream. So normally Steam Greenlight comes at the end. For Honor comes first. We're doing the Flippuccino. Good old Flippuccino. Indeed. That'll be a little late for you. I mean, it'll probably be around, like, if I had to guess, 10:30ish is when For Honor would start, Eastern. So that would be 9:30 your time. Okay, but anyway, this is a yes. I don't know if there's anything after this. No, that's the end of the queue. I can always kind of tell. But that was cool, chat. Did you guys like Steam Greenlight? We've been doing it for a long time. It would be a shame if you didn't, but I hope you do. The queue is end. Yes. Don't worry, we'll do more. Steam Greenlight isn't going to disappear until the spring, so we got lots of time. Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye. 10,000 hours is 1.14 years? Really? 10,000 hours is 1.14 years. That makes sense. Because I've played in total close to 2,000 hours of Dark Souls. All the Souls games, I should say, combined. Mostly Dark Souls 1. That works out to be like a few months of non-stop playing. Whoa. That's crazy. That's so many hours of my life. It makes sense for an MMO because a lot of people integrate MMOs into like their lives. Like a lot of times people are playing MMOs while doing like other stuff, and like raiding and stuff like that. So MMOs are a little bit different because there's a lot of passive stuff you can do in MMOs, like traveling and farming or watching the fuck is it called? Like marketplaces and stuff. It's a little bit different. I don't think I've been alive for 10,000 hours. Your brother had 3,000 hours of RuneScape before it went garbage. You have 2,100 hours of Dota 2? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder how many hours of League I have. I think. Okay, hang on. Let me see. I have 660 hours of Team Fortress 2, and I think, other than H1Z1, I think my most played video games in my life. My most played video games in my life are Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is the most for sure. It goes Diablo 2, Dark Souls 1, H1Z1, and Team Fortress 2. I think those are my 4 most played video games ever. Yeah, Diablo 2, I played a very unhealthy amount of Diablo 2. I don't know why. It was just my game. It was the game that I first became horribly addicted to. And then, yeah, second to that would be H1Z1 at 700, or no, sorry, Dark Souls, which is well over 1,000 hours, probably between 1,000 and 2,000 for Dark Souls 1. Then H1Z1 at 729 hours, and then obviously Team Fortress 2 at 660 hours. Huh, crazy. What are your top 3 or 4 games, chat? Let's go. Go to profile, you can sort your games by time played on Steam. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's just see for fun. Sort by time. Oh, wishlist reviews, all recently played. How do I sort by time played? All recently played. Is it recently played? Oh, here we go. All games. Sort by playtime. Here we go. So it says H1Z1 just survived, but that's not at all true. Wait a sec. Just survive. Oh, so if you combine Just Survive and King of the Kill, there we go. So it's. I did hit 800 hours of H1Z1. Then Team Fortress 2, then Dark Souls 2. Really? PC. Dark Souls 2 PC. Why? How did I play 340 hours of Dark Souls 2 on PC? Culling 142 hours. Left 4 Dead. Dark Souls PC, like regular one, was kind of shit. King of the Kill, and then we start getting down into Chivalry 54 hours, Metal Gear 63 hours, Euro Truck, Undertale. Okay, and then it just starts to. Interesting. Co-op and PvP. Well, obviously PvP, but I don't remember. Has 4,146 hours on record for Steam games only. Oh, there's a way to total that? Crazy. Huh. Anyway, interesting. I would have never thought Dark Souls 2 would fit into there. Huh. Cool. All those drugs fucked up your memory. Yeah, so much memory fucked up. Okay, so I have played 4,000 hours of Steam games. I've had Steam for a long time. Like, for me, that seems like a shitload, but I guess, like, for, like, true gamers, it's probably nothing. You're probably like, oh, I've got 60,000 hours. I was born with a Steam account and I'm constantly playing games all the time on it right now. H1Z1729, it's your top game. I know. But it's not my most played video games of my life, if you include all of them, are Diablo 2, which is a Blizzard game, so it's not on Steam, and Dark Souls 1, which was for Xbox. I played thousands of hours, over 1,000 hours of Dark Souls 1 on Xbox. Not on PC. PC was just trash. It took so long for PC to get good for Dark Souls that by then I was already back to console, and like I never... I ran a Starbound server for a while, unusual amount of hours. Huh. Cool. You've got 15,000 hours of World of Warcraft, so over a year of your life. Like over one entire year. That's actually amazing. You can tell people I spent more than one entire year of my life playing World of Warcraft consistently. That's amazing. Okay, but chat, we're gonna switch over to Night in the Woods where